Welcome to the Stockboy Gaming channel, and thanks to How Special Works, we've got some fun new toys to play with today. And I've been doing a lot of testing, enough to know that these are the top 3 How Special Works cars. So we're going to be looking at the Coil Cyclone II, Pegassi Weaponized Ignus, and the Custom Hakuchou Drag. All 3 of these vehicles are seriously impressive from a performance standpoint. They really couldn't be much different. Plus, as a bonus, I'm going to show you the fastest vehicle here versus the fastest vehicle in the game, so you can get an idea of just how fast these things are. We do drag racing first, and it's the Weaponized Ignus on the left and the crazy fast Coil Cyclone II on the right. You see just how fast it gets to both the 1/8 and quarter-mile lines. I can't even keep up with it. It is so quick off the line. Definitely the fastest 1/8 mile car in the game. Definitely the fastest quarter-mile car in the game. And it gets to that half-mile line in a hurry. So yeah, it's gonna be quite the task for this Hakuchou Drag to try to keep up. But it's got drag in the name, it's got the extended swing arm, it is a lot faster. Let's see how it does against this monster electric vehicle. And that electric car is still just blowing everything away to the 1/8 mile. And it does the same thing on the way to the quarter mile, even with the Hakuchou Drag. So can that Hakuchou Drag catch up on the way to the half mile? And it's gonna get close. But this little Coil Cyclone II is crazy quick. You can see a 5.3 second 1/8 mile. Previously, I'd never recorded anything under 6 seconds. We also have almost a 5-second 1/8 mile for the Hakuchou Drag. The Weaponized Ignus is a 10-second car, almost in the 9s for the quarter mile. Don't discount that. That's really fast. It's just all of these cars are really quick. They said groundbreaking acceleration in the announcement. They weren't lying. Every car in this update is very, very fast in a straight line, but now we also want to see how they do on my Custom Speedway. We're testing for average speed around an entire lap at a 1.4 mile tri-oval, and the speed for these cars does not end at the drag strip. I said each of these cars has their own unique strengths. You're about to kind of see that here, and as we go along, don't leave yet because things get pretty crazy at the end. You want to see these lap videos, you want to see how quick these cars really are. It's such a fun update, and I know you have to pay for it, I know you have to have a next-gen console, but it's something you should be fairly excited for. When you see these speeds, you'll see how different they could be. Look at that, 156.7 for the bike, 151.4 for the Ignus, 141.8 for the Cyclone II. Doesn't look great, but remember it's electric. That's really fast for an electric car. Definitely the highest top speed we have in the game for an electric car so far. And now we're on to the test track, and we're gonna do the speed score after this too, so it'll give you an idea of which cars are the best because they are so different. We've got the new Cyclone on the top, Ignus on the bottom, and they made it through that first sector so fast I can't even keep up. But you see the Cyclone ahead at the first gantry. This thing understeers like crazy, but the acceleration we already saw is so good that it can make up for that. The Ignus is closing the gap though, and the Ignus handles extremely well. The other version of the Ignus almost doesn't have enough power. This one is so well balanced that it might be the easiest car to drive. And it catches up through that long sweeping corner and passes the Cyclone. So now this little tight section is gonna favor that Weaponized Ignus, but we know with the acceleration of that Coil Cyclone, it may catch up. So we're just gunning it down this home stretch. Which one's gonna get to that line first? It is such a close race. 0.2 of a second separate the two. But the Ignus does come out on top, so now it gets to try to take on the Hakuchou Drag. And if you've been following my videos, you know the first Hakuchou Drag is the fastest vehicle in the original version of the game. You can barely see the gantry where the Pegassi Ignus is right now. So this Hakuchou Drag is just tearing up my test track, and it's not gonna stop tearing up my test track. It is so fast. And I do like that the Ignus isn't the fastest here of these 3 cars. I mean, you can't even see the reverse start finish line on the bottom of the screen there. Because I hate the gun on top, and I may be in the minority there, I don't know. I wish you could rip it off. I have this kind of wild livery, the How's livery, sorry. I say it differently, whatever. on it because I want to hide the gun as much as possible, but man, that is a huge gap. So here we go. The Hakuchou Drag, previously the fastest vehicle in the game. We're gonna see how much of a difference there is between the old Hakuchou and the new version here on how special works. And I mean, just look at that gap. That top one is the new one. You can see though, that old Hakuchou is really fast, and the old one did a lap here in 50 seconds, which is just about as fast as some of the best BR8s that you can come up with to race on this track. So it was no joke. But now we've got this new Hakuchou, which is just absolutely blowing everything out of the water. We know that the one on the bottom is not going to catch up, but you can see how much of a difference these How Special Works upgrades have on these cars, and it's really awesome. I mean, this is how that Hakuchou Drag should be. And with that extra speed, it's a little harder to corner. It makes more sense with the extended swing arm. But you see it comes out on top of the test track with a 47.6. The best setup on a BR8 will do this in about 46 seconds, a little less. So that gives you an idea of how crazy that is. The Weaponized Ignus, not bad at all at 52.2, and then a 52.4 for the Coil Cyclone II. Those cars are now definitely at the top of the supercars class. And you can see here with the speed score, we're adding everything together in a custom equation that I have to tell you just how fast they are, but also which one is going to be the best overall performer. It's not even a question. The Hakuchou Drag Custom is far and away the best car in the game. The Ignus comes out on top of the Cyclone, and the regular Hakuchou Drag, which was previously the benchmark, has been dethroned big time by all three of those cars. And really, every car that's been released so far, except for one, has surpassed that Hakuchou Drag. So these things are really, really fast. By that I mean the original Hakuchou Drag. The car you see there, the Coil Cyclone II, is so much fun. I love this thing. It is just, it's so weird because I hate understeer and I always talk about it, but the acceleration is a blast. Once you learn how to drive it, it can be a ton of fun. The Weaponized Ignus, like I said, I absolutely hate the gun on the top. You can kind of do this matte coloring with the different How Special Works graphics, livery, whatever you want to call it. And it kind of hides the gun, but hey, it's a great car. It handles extremely well. And when it comes to this new Hakuchou Drag, nothing in the game can touch it. But really, every single vehicle in this new version of the game, the How's vehicles, are just awesome and so different from anything we've experienced. Seeing these new cars coming out is going to be awesome. I'm going to have a ton of new content coming on the channel, so make sure you subscribe and stay tuned there. I hope you enjoyed it today. Thank you so much for joining us, and I hope to see you next time.